Hello, you're welcome. In this video, we are going to be looking at how we can create the waterfall chart in Think-Cell. So with the waterfall chart, you are able to look at how a start value is able to increase or decrease based on whether we have a positive or a negative till we are able to get our end value. So we have two types of waterfall charts that we can create in Think-Cell. Let's look at both of them. So to insert this waterfall chart, you come to Elements and then select Chart. Now you have two options, either the Build Up Waterfall column or the Build Down Waterfall column. So we are going to be starting with the first one, which is the Build Up Waterfall column. So what this Build Up Waterfall column does is to increase or decrease the value based on what we have from the start. So from the start, it moves to the right, increasing or decreasing based on whether we have a negative or a positive. So we are going to click here and then create the chart. Now from here, we can change the label. So I can change this label to start since we are moving from left to right, and then change this to Q1. So this is our Q1 value. This is our Q2 value, Q3 value, Q4 value, and then here we enter our end value. So we are going to take out this E. This E represents our end value. So we started with 4, and in Q1, we made an additional 3. In Q2, we had a loss of 2. In Q3, we had an additional 7. In Q4, we made a loss of 4. For the end value, we just enter E. So it will automatically calculate to show us what we have. And let's look at our chart. So you can see how it went from an increase in Q1 to a decrease in Q2 to an increase in Q3 and then a decrease in Q4. So for the two decreases, we can select both of them and then change the color to red. Now this represents the build up waterfall, which starts from the left and then ends in the right based on whether we have additional values or we have deductive values. Now for another case, we can have multiple series. So let's create multiple series here. So I can add something here. I can add 5 here. Here I can enter -1. Here I can enter 4. Here I can enter 6. Here I can enter 2. And if I come here, you can see what I have. So it shows me the total up here. So this is an addition. So it's able to show me a total of 9. And you can see different connectors here. Now for the second one, it's a subtraction. And you can see it shows me a total of 2. That is 3 minus 1. We're having a 2. For this one, already the 2 is a subtraction, but the 4 is an addition. So it shows me a total of 2 here. For our connectors, since this one added and it was able to give us a 9, you can see it is connecting at 9. For this one, you can see it is connecting around 2. Just like for this very one, is also connecting around 2 since the total is 2. So this is just how it works when you have multiple series. Let's go to creating the second type of waterfall. So to do this, we still come under charts, and this time we select build down. So for the build down, we are starting with the end value. So the end value will be on the left, and then the beginning value will be on the right, unlike what we have for the other case of the build up waterfall. So for this build down waterfall, we can click on this data sheet and then make changes. So you can see the end is on the left. So let's just enter end here, and we can enter any information here. So this is our Q4, this is our Q3, this is our Q2, this is our Q1, and this is our start. So we can now enter values, 7 minus 5, and then we are starting from 8. And when you look at what we have here, you can see that we started from 8, then we had a subtraction of 5, an addition of 7, an addition of 4, an addition of 3, which gave us this 17. So for the point where we have subtraction, we can still click on it and then change the color to red. So if we look here, you can see that we have successfully created this waterfall, and it has different connectors. So these are just the things I want to show you about the waterfall creation in Think-Cell. And you can see in this video, we have been able to demonstrate how we can create the build-up waterfall, the build-down waterfall, and also how to add multiple series in the waterfall when building it up in Think-Cell, depending on what we want to create. I hope you've been able to find this video helpful. Please, if you have, kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.